I don't think we should be saying about what other people want to do with their bodies is odd. Like questioning you want to have your body cut from hip to hip. No, but at the same time, I also don't want to push an 8-pound human out of my vagina. Like, because you've had a bad experience, don't make other people feel bad about it. I find it so bizarre. I personally wanted a cesarean because me and my midwife discussed that my body is probably too small to deliver how big my baby was, because she was growing so quickly and she was quite big and then she stopped growing, which is why they pushed to be induced. I still was too small to deliver her naturally, which is why I had so many problems after. I was having contractions for 12 hours to the point where it was so painful I was clinging onto bed crying, then got sent up into labour, was pushing for an hour and couldn't do it. My body wasn't strong enough. I then had to have an episiotomy and a tour in every single wall. Then I had to have the ventouse to pull her out.
Yeah, I do get that point. Obviously, everybody, every woman is they give birth in numerous different ways. As natural, having a cesarean and other forms of giving birth. And obviously, for this woman, she was honest, and she did point out the fact that her body is too small to give birth to this to her baby.
They also said if the ventouse doesn't get her out now, you're going to have to go for an emergency cesarean, but the ventouse got her out.
She had to go a different method, but it is wrong for people to make other people who are giving birth feel bad about it because they're going about it a different way.
During that, I picked up an infection, which made me so ill. I couldn't feed, barely could walk, couldn't stay awake, couldn't change a nappy. So yeah, I wouldn't make out as if a natural birth is an easy option either. I don't think a cesarean is an easy option. I don't think there's any easy way of giving birth. But just because you've had a bad experience with your cesarean, you cannot make other people feel bad about it. No experience is going to be great. Like, it's hard. I've also seen as well that planned cesareans are meant to be a lot nicer than emergency cesareans. But I still stand by what I say, and if I was to have another baby, I would absolutely be having a cesarean. I would not have a natural birth. And you can say, if you want another baby, then you can have a natural delivery. And I'm not going to make you feel bad about that and say why. So I actually find your comment very odd.
Yeah, like that comment there, it's time to toughen up. That is a nice comment at all, is it? It's quite harsh on her, really, isn't it? Time to toughen up after just giving birth. Like, obviously I'm not a woman myself, but giving birth, I'm sure, is probably the hardest thing that a mum will ever have to do. It's such a grueling and a long process. And obviously, you don't have to give natural birth. Obviously, the majority probably do have a natural birth, but in some cases it is just impossible to be able to do that.
My birth wasn't all bad. The midwife that delivered my baby was the most amazing midwife ever. I couldn't have asked for a better midwife. She helped me take my first steps. When I got my first shower, she dressed Ariella. She was so amazing. The midwife that put my balloon in, the loveliest woman I've ever met. There was positives. So I was in hospital for 5 days because I was induced and they didn't let me go home. So the different scenarios that I referred to on that TikTok are different midwives. I just felt bad, like she's probably not even going to see this, but I just felt bad. I didn't want her thinking that I thought horrible of her. But the midwife that told me I was too tense, she was a different midwife to the one that called me too dramatic. You know what I mean? Because of all the shift swaps and that.
This comment doesn't even offend me because, she's trying to be nice. You've got a gorgeous baby. But it does really irk me because after I gave birth, I suffered with postnatal depression and PTSD. Postnatal depression then went into depression. Antidepressants, they needed dosing up because I was so down. I'd sit and cry, and you're being told to toughen up, it just, And I'm not the only one in that position. There are so many women in that position. And then you've got people like Kim here, time to toughen up, suck it up. No. If you want me to shut down and be the worst version of myself, that's what you say. If you're getting it out, you're going for help, you're getting what you need, you're doing the right thing. People like Kim need to realize that they are so outdated and their opinion is so old now. You can't say those things anymore. It's wrong. It's really annoyed me. I was just having my cup of tea and I was like, no, that's annoyed me.
Thanks for watching StoryTrender. Don't forget to like and follow.